Hello, all, to our dream diamond. Thank you.
Diamond Dream Builders.
What diamond?
Thank you, Aurora.
Thank you, Diamond Dream Builders. Weekly call, and Cecily is going to share tonight about our book. What to say when you talk to yourself, chapters 1 through 3. So, Cecily, take over.
To kind of talk about how it just, this is going to be very brief, Lacey. I'm only going to talk for like 20 minutes to 30 minutes tops. The reason we chose this book is Irene showed this book to me like over a year ago. And she told me how good it was. And then a few weeks ago, Aurora and Irene and I all went down to Houston. And Sonia Dudley actually highly recommended this book. And she actually showed us this app that she uses. And she like records things to talk to herself, to get into her subconscious, to change her mindset. So about things, because I always remember, and Tony, I think it's Tony Robbins, that he had a really rough background, so he knew that he had to change his mindset. And so what he did was he bought these tapes, and he would just listen to them at night. He would just listen to them over and over and over, and it changed his entire mindset. And so he became a very successful person because he was able to change the way he thought. And I think about Celeste Gwynn. She came from a very positive background. Her parents both showed her, I think this is really good, and I think you're going to be a diamond. So that's just an example of somebody who's had a really positive upbringing, and what did she do? Your background is, but no matter what your background is, you can change the way you think, because I think I have things that I know I have to overcome because of my upbringing. And it's like not that Alistair and I are not perfect parents, but we are always telling our kids, yeah, you're going to be the best. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. You can do this. You're able to do this. But they have a lot of negativity at school. I mean, they come home every day telling me, oh, and I'm like, where are you hearing that? Because you're not hearing that from us. And it's just the kids are real negative, around them. I remember Irene, Les Brown said that people are so negative. Remember, he had to go in and get like 5 or 6 no's before he finally got a yes.
Yes.
That's why we chose this book. And chapter 1 was about when you were a kid, how you just thought that everything, everything was possible. You just shot for the stars. You had no doubts that you were going to be the best at whatever it was. And I remember feeling like that as a kid. Well, when I grow up, I'm going to be the best, blah, blah, blah. I don't even remember what it was that I wanted to be, but I just was shooting for the stars. And I remember when Irene and Jana Temple and I all started Plexus, we were, and I mean, we started on a rocket pace, and we were rolling. And I mean, I had no doubt that.
Oh no.
That the back office changed, and man, we were hit, really, really hard. And we've come up with more and more challenges as we've gone on. So it's kind of like, well, what do? Do we keep going and become overcomers, or do we become quitters? And so far we've all become overcomers, and just keep on just hitting these obstacles and keep going. So that's kind of what I got out of chapter 1, that we just have to start redreaming again with Plexus, and thinking, this is, we've got to start doing it, and we can get there, no matter what. Chapter 2, she talked about, there are a ton. You can go to all these motivational meetings, you could read motivational books, and you can, let me see, I'm just going to read this real quick. We can go to tons of motivational meetings, talks, read books, etc., but they don't continue to work because how our brain works. If we carefully give it the right direction, it will work the right way. Basically, we have to have, we have all, I talked to, and have just been programmed to believe them, and that's what we have to over, is erased and replaced with newer programming. It will stay with us forever. And I love that she put the biblical verse, as the man thinketh, so is he, because that is so true. Sonia Dudley put a lot of a lot of verses up, and I didn't have a chance to write them all down, but I'm going to at some point, and just go and read them all, because it kind of deals with law of attraction. She was like trying to tell us, this isn't something weird, and this is why, these are the Bible verses, and this is one of the Bible verses. As a man thinketh, so is he. And you've all heard, you will become what you think about most, and that's so true. If you, this, I can do this, it just starts to get better, and you start to climb out of that rut. The and she says the brain just simply believes what you tell it most. And she talks about how, why going to all these motivational speakers, reading these motivational books. She, and she goes through this whole list of basically everything that these books and everything tell you what to do. And she says why they don't work is because, they'll work for a few weeks, but then we stop, and we go back to our old habits, and that's just typical nature, because old habits just take over. And self-help programs continue to work by themselves without consistent reinforcement. That's the main reason why they do not work. And then she said the main ingredients for making something work is, these are the missing ingredients to all the self-help books and all this. Permanence. People do not continue to follow the principles. 1. 2, if you want to make a change and stick with it. Oh, hey Penny. You have to do it the way your brain works. And then is new programming, and a specific programming vocabulary which is worded a specific way that anyone can get at any time. Erase and replace the old and negative programming with positive and productive new direction. And all of these 3 are called self-talk, and that is what pretty much what the whole book is going to be about. Is going to be about self-talk. And Irene can tell us the program that we can, or the app that we can get for our phone. and how to get it so we can start doing this. I imagine that she's probably in the next few chapters going to start going over this, how to start talking to yourself. So that's it. That is all I have. I know Lacey doesn't like to regurgitate stuff, but I just then I just think that's a really good thing.
Cecily, we keep kind of losing you. I hope that people got enough information in there, kind of in the little blurb.
So too. Oh no.
I heard everything you said.
You did.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's just my internet then. I wonder how that'll work on the recording. I guess we'll see. But yes, the app that Sonia Dudley talked about using is called Repeat It Again. And it's this little blue, right there. Repeat It Again on iPhone. And you can actually use your own voice and put your self-talk in there and what you want your brain to be hearing. And I think it gives you like 2 minutes to talk into it, and then you can replay it to yourself like up to 20 times. And so, I've done it the last couple of days, just driving down the road and just play it, and it's a self-conscious thing. It's a subconscious thing where you don't have to be paying attention and listening to it. So I actually had the radio on too, and I'm singing, but I'm listening to my voice in the background, so so I thought I kind of enjoyed that. So, and I try to listen to some of this as I go to bed, and I believe this stuff really works, y'all. I've been in a funk the last couple of weeks, several weeks, and it's weird because I'd been listening to my stuff, but I got off track, and I don't know. I just kind of went downhill. But here last night, I made myself read these first 3 chapters again, even though I've read them at least a couple.
It's probably her internet.
It probably is.
That's how mine. Yeah. That's how mine was that day.
Have I been cutting out?
Yeah, you cut out for the whole last part of what you said. You've been in a funk and then it quit.
Okay. Well, I have been in a funk, and I was listening and I was reading and I was doing my good stuff, and I got off track. But last night I made myself read the first 3 chapters again, and I listened to some good stuff as I was going to bed, listened to stuff on the way in the car, on the way to work. And it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. It's for me, it's like any kind of self-improvement. If I'm reading something and listening to somebody or whatever, it has a huge impact on my day. And for myself, I just have to remember, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I mean, He's given us
rejoice and be.
What reason do we have to be grumpy or whatever in a bad mood, So that's all.
Exactly. So I'm excited about the book. Who wants to lead next week?
I can do it.
Okay, Aurora.
So we'll do 4, 5, and 6. Does that sound good?
Yeah. And what Lacey wants us to do is she wants us to not so much regurgitate, what we read, but pertain it to Plexus,
Okay.
Yeah.
How it can help us with Plexus.
Right.
I've got my chapters marked.
Awesome.
Where all the positive, awesome. Affirmations are.
Yeah.
And I've labeled them depending on.
I'm
so ready.
Green. That girl right there.
That is That's awesome. So funny.
But I'm gonna type all out.
Oh, now she timed out, or is it me?
Oh, yeah, it's probably me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type them all out for y'all so y'all can have them and y'all can print the ones y'all want, because I know not everybody needs stop smoking. I don't smoke, so I don't need those
Right.
ones.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and I think we need to make these just really short. If we're gonna have them at 8:30, we probably just really need to keep it to like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So if we possibly can. So
I think
that will be good, guys.
awesome.
Well, thank you guys for being on. I hope y'all got something out of this.